Welcome back. So today we are remodeling the BFF household. They're a base game Sims household. So I'm using unlimited packs and just really focusing on like incorporating all the packs together, making a more cohesive house. So you would need probably all the packs. I didn't check, but I think I probably end up using all the packs, if not very close to all of the packs, um, to make this house. Uh, so here we are just re-roofing. So we don't change any walls. We don't like do any like major like structural revisions. It's mostly just like we redecorated and then remodeled the outside. So we like repainted all the columns to be white. We got them some new doors and some new windows and really just like revamped the place. And I really like how this one comes out, honestly. Like like the new color scheme of the outside. I love these shingles. I don't like the shingled wallpaper, the shingled siding. I love that, and I don't use it very often. I also don't use this swatch of these windows very often. I think, are they seasons windows? I think so. And I normally use them in like the wood swatches, but the white with either, I can't tell if it's like a dark gray or I think it's like a dark gray. Um, when I rewatch these videos to like voice them over, I have them in really low quality so that there's no lag, but then sometimes the colors are like a little off. So I'm pretty sure it's a really dark gray. But I just think the white accents in this house really brighten it up and they do a lot for the space. So we make the fence white too. I just think it looks like bright and light and refreshed and lovely. So here we are inside. I do a little jumping around. I start deleting things out in the living room, and then I do start deleting things in the bedroom, but I end up putting them back because I didn't want to mix up whose bedroom was whose. And so I just put everything back and start with the kitchen. So here I am putting things back, and then we'll jump to the kitchen remodels. So I tried watching like a new show while I was filming this. Like I can't remember what it's called, some Netflix original show, but it was too distracting, honestly. Like I need something that I've watched a jillion times. Like I think I switched to Gilmore Girls about halfway through this just because like I need something that like I can listen to and will entertain me while I'm building, but not something that'll distract me. I decided to make the walls short wall height, which fudged up some of the windows, but for the most part I think that was to our advantage. Like I think it makes the house look a little better. I think this was suited to be a shorter house. We kind of keep the gray and cream colors from outside going inside with the gray Parenthood countertops. I love these counters. I love the finish of the countertop. Oh my goodness, I'm sleepy. I also love the little like breakfast nook that they have in the kitchen. I debated getting rid of it a couple times because I didn't like super love how it was coming out, but I think it turns out really nicely. And we end up going with like a cooler color scheme in here. I got rid of a lot of the beiginess and replaced it with some cooler colors. And then we happened to Travis's room. And Travis's room in the EA version looks like a kid's room to me, and I don't love that. Like, yeah, he's a nerd, but he has these like sophisticated female friends that I feel like would have helped him. Plus, the EA story for these people, like these Sims, is that both girls have feelings for Travis, and like maybe Travis reciprocates some of them. Um, so in a video, I think it'll come out the same day that this video comes out, if not a day before or after. I actually remodel the Sims for this household too. Like we give them some makeovers. And so at the end of that video, I use MC Command Center cheats to cheat them a little bit of romantic relationship with both girls. So if you do play in this family, there'll be like that drama, which is very fun. And I think that's a fun storyline. I like all the little storylines that come with the EA Sims, and I like looking at what they are. Here I am adjusting my Netflix. I like looking at what the storylines are when I'm building because it helps me like put some personality in the build. Like they kind of make Travis seem like he's supposed to be like an oblivious nerd type, you know? So we tried to Oh my goodness, I'm yawning. We try to put that into his room. So I try to like I give him lots of clutter and like work stuff mixed with gaming stuff, which I feel like for a lot of guys that play a lot of video games, like or even girls that play a lot of video games, that's how it is. Like your desk turns into like one giant pile. And so I mean like we don't clutter it up that much, but there's definitely like lots going on. He has some different books and binders and journals and all sorts of things. I end up giving both of the girls journals in this because I think that's a like I don't know. I think that could be a fun storyline piece for like how they catch one another, or something. I also put some degrees and things up on the wall. Like I for sure gave him a degree. I think I might end up giving him like an award or something. Oh, I go with his empty frame because I feel like he could put pictures with his friends up there. Like maybe one of the girls gave him that. Now we're moving on to Liberty's bedroom. So we end up going with a fun, like, colorful, but still, like, I don't know, we got rid of the red, man. Even in real life, I hate red walls. I just do. I also love this bed. I think I talk about it in every build, even builds where I don't end up using this bed. Like, I love the texture on that blanket. I would love this bed in real life. Like, I love the big frame. Like, all of it. I love it. We're using a lot of movie night stuff. I love the aesthetic of that pack. I don't know, I love the colors it comes with. Everything about it, man. I'm a big fan. I had a hard time matching the wood tone of this. I think we end up going with this one, this kind of tattered up blue dresser piece. And lots of plants in this room. I love builds that I can put lots of plants in. And I accidentally placed that table forgetting it was CC. It's CC that's like very related to the game because it's just taking the tabletop from one of the like picnic tables and taking the benches off. But I didn't want to use any CC in this. I'm not using any CC in this save. Um, because I want this to be like a save file when I'm done with it because I'm like making my perfect save. I'm redoing all of the Sims and all of their houses and all of the like community lots and like making my perfect save. And so I don't want any custom content in it because I want other people to be able to play in it without having to download any. So here we are doing that. Oh my goodness. I really gotta pull it together. I need some caffeine or something. Or just to cave and take a nap, I guess. But I love these purple candles. Her room turns out so cute. Like I would love to have a room like this, but I would never like in real life I just use so many neutrals and stuff, but I would love to have a room like this that like so eclectic and colorful. I just love it. I end up doing the bathroom off camera. I actually like totally forgot to do it till I was doing screenshots and then I was like, what the heck? Like can't keep that. So now we're moving on to Summer's bedroom. So she is the one who is more cheerful. Her room is like very classic, and so we try to keep that like classic vibe, but just I got rid of some. I don't like patterned wallpaper really. I didn't feel like it fit this house. Like there was no patterned wallpaper anywhere else in the house, and it's a rental, so like, or I assume it's a rental, right? Like they're all friends living together, so I feel like it'd be not common for friends to buy a house together, so I assume they're renting. Um, and so like, why would a rental have wallpaper in one room, right? Like I feel like if it's an old house, then it's gonna have wallpaper everywhere or wallpaper nowhere. So I don't know. I felt like this made more sense. And maybe their landlord lets them paint because they all do have different color bedrooms. Normally, when I'm making rental type properties, I try to like, think about like, okay, is it stick on wallpaper that I'm doing like an accent wall with, or is it all painted white, or like, because I feel like for most part, rentals you can't paint, and so it makes it a little more lifelike. I struggled big time trying to find wall art for this room because I wanted it to just be like really classic, pretty art. I feel like her room doesn't have like a ton of personality, but like it still does. It just like, I don't know. I feel like this looks like a generic guest room to me, but maybe that's just like I don't know, what I think of that style, I guess. I played around with the idea of putting a bar in this house because they had a bar. Um, we end up not. They do end up with this massive island for a while, though. I was trying to think. I'm like, I think I get rid of this, like, I make this island not quite so massive. We do use one of these high tables, which I don't even think I've used. Like, I know we got them with, I think university gave us high tables, and then we got another one with tiny living. But I don't place those objects very often, and I do think they're really cool. I just don't think to do it. But we end up making the island a little smaller because it just seemed too massive for what this house is. Yeah, so I just make the whole kitchen a little smaller, which I think makes much more sense. And then I end up putting like a little buffet table at the end to just like fill out the space a little bit. And I feel like most of the time when I've had like roommates, we have like a little table or something where like everybody throws their keys or whatever, right? And so like I feel like having a little table like that kind of makes sense. So then I make a little living room and I really struggle with what to do with like this wall that we're looking at right now. Like I think I end up putting a bookshelf there, but it just like it was a weird space because you have the door and you have the kitchen and so it's like a walk-through space, but they all have like officey type areas in their room except for Summer. Summer doesn't have an officey space in her room, but I feel like she wouldn't really want one. Like she works when she's at work and she rests when she's at home and like I don't know, she seems very proper to me just like from her bedroom. But so we didn't really need like an office space out in the living room. And it's just such a walkthrough space. I think I may end up making like a little sitting area with a bookshelf if I remember correctly, although I filmed this a few days ago, so maybe we'll all be surprised. And I struggled big time with putting chairs in this living room. It was just such a weird like orientation, I think, of a living room. Like it was a small space, but still like a lot of empty space to fill because of that whole like empty side. So I think using the rug made a lot of sense because it helped like define the space a little more. And we end up switching everything to these darker wood tones, and I actually really like it. I think I'm going to be using that um, coffee table from Eco Living literally all the time. I've placed it in like every single build I've made since the pack came out. So it's promising. Yeah, I think we end up making a little sitting area here. And then we go out and work on the backyard. I end up giving them some like real plants. It's quite fun, which I do enjoy doing. I love this little seating bench that I think is this from movie night too, maybe? Or is it from City Living? I don't know. I really like it, but I didn't feel like it worked here. I think we end up deleting it. Adding some little curtains just to make the space look a little more finished. That's the problem with using all different sizes of windows is you end up having to use a lot of different curtains. Anybody who's like watched my videos knows I take major issue with the curtain situation in The Sims. I hate most of them. I love the swoopy ones that came with movie night. Oh, I do end up giving them a little office area out here maybe. I can't remember. Wow. Hmm. I don't even remember doing this. I don't hate it. Hmm. Wow, look at that. Okay, and then we go outside. So we give them a little bit of patio furniture. I think we just end up going with, what do we end up going with? Maybe a picnic table? Yeah, there we go. And I think I put an easel out here too, maybe in the end, just for like something. Mostly I felt like Summer needed something to do. Like she doesn't have any activities in the house, so if you were playing with these Sims, like what would she do for fun, I guess? Um, I mean, I'm sure she'd sort it out, but then we put railings and fences up because it makes everything look more finished. And here I am doing, I think everybody knows this little trick, but if you want real planted plants and you don't want to like take the time to plant them, you can search in the gallery for plants. And usually you can find a room to place that has like, this one was like a perfect something. I can't remember, like perfect blackberry plant or something like that. But I end up placing a whole room of perfect plants, and I'll just fix the fence after. So I just pull out the plants I want here. I think I made like one planter of flowers, one planter of fruits, and one planter of herbs. Um, so I pulled out the plants that I thought made sense for this lot, and then we end up just deleting the rest. And it's a nice little trick for when you like want Sims to already seem established somewhere. Like these Sims, I doubt I will ever play with them. If you end up playing with them, let me know though, because I do think they have a fun story. but it makes them feel a little more established, like they've been doing things. So, this is this whole build. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.